All right, y'all. So that's how we are starting podcast 2. And, yesterday it was a kind of ranty, but this time I do have a more, on point. I was thinking about this in my head before I came into the podcast. So let's continue with the idea of fear and the existential crisis of not knowing what you want to do with your life and the undoubting, uncertainty of the future. you know, as a college student, I just started school like 3, 4 days ago. And, today I was just taking some notes and I started to have trouble breathing and I started really freaking out. And the reason for that was because I was scared of the future. I started thinking about if all my future relationships fail, what I'm doing with this degree. Do I want to do this degree? Will I even get a good job even if I do get a good degree? A lot of things, a lot of scary things, and you know, yeah, it's scary. The future is scary. Nothing is certain. It's fucking terrifying. And you know, what else to talk about while in the fucking scary month, right? This is a fear that a lot of people will have, and it goes deeper than just what am I gonna do in the future. It goes deeper into who am I as a person. Um, that's scary too because everyone wants to know who they are. They want to solidify who they are immediately as fast as they can, so they have something to hold on to. But um, you develop. You develop as a person, and who you are now may not be who you are in a couple of years and stuff like that. And change is scary. Change is very scary. Um, I've thought to be very confident in myself as a person and my personality, but who knows? Maybe I'll change. Maybe I'll be different. Um, there's a lot of things like that, and the future is really scary. And everyone always says, take things one step at a time, one day at a time. And you've probably heard that, and you've probably thought, depending on who you are as a person, you probably thought, A, this is really valid advice, or A, this is fucking bullshit, right? Like, I have to think about my future. I need to know what's happening then and there. And for that, I just say, if you do overthink about the future a lot, just realize that you do have to take it one step at a time. Even if you think about the future and think about every fucking scenario that could happen, guaranteed you're not going to be prepared for it. The future is uncertain, so there's no point in thinking about the infinite possibilities that the future could have for you. It is important to have a goal in mind and do stuff like that, but you gotta realize things don't go perfectly to your plan. And when they don't go perfectly to your plan, it kind of fucks you up. It kind of makes you sad. Like, what the fuck? Like, why did this happen? Like, why did it go this way? Also, if there's feedback on this video, I'm so fucking sorry. This is going like really well, and like I'm really liking where this talk is going, but I hear feedback. I heard Okay, there definitely was feedback. I'm so sorry about that, y'all. There probably isn't feedback now, but like I was saying, that was uncertain. That was an uncertain thing. I didn't know that was gonna fucking happen, but yeah, no. Probably out of all the things I will talk about this month about being scary, that is probably the scariest thing. Just the future. Um, you put a lot of time into things, and it's never certain that things are gonna work out. Even things you think are certain, like I'm building this house in this certain way, so it will withstand this, bro. Who knows? A fucking tsunami could come out of nowhere. The world is ending. Also, I don't know if you can hear the people talking outside, but damn, they're loud as fuck, bro. Fuck, I should close my. This is the downfall. I'm on the first floor, and the motherfuckers just walk by. My windows are fucking open and shit. Shit is loud as fuck, bro. Like, come on, like, stop talking so motherfucking loud, bro. Fuck, man. Also, again, I'm sorry about that little fucking feedback thing. Very unprofessional of me. But just more on track with the topics today. But yeah, it is terrifying. I want all of y'all to understand that it is terrifying, and I understand that. And you shouldn't reject it, saying like it's not scary because it is. But back to what I was saying, you do need to take things one day at a time. And just, throwback to the first podcast, something that's I said was scary was David Goggins. And that was just because of his mentality, just how hard he can push himself. And it really, honestly, when you hear his story, if you have the time, go watch Joe Rogan's podcast with him. One of them talks about his life story, and he repeats, like, honestly, if I heard someone else say this shit to me, or even when I hear myself talk, I'm like, this motherfucker is making up the story, right? Because it sounds so fucking crazy what the shit he did. But, I want y'all to realize that, even though it's crazy what he did and his mentality is like fucking ridiculous, bonkers, bruv, um, everyone has, to a degree, that mentality. He was saying something like, there was this study that, like, you're born a certain way, your mentality is born a certain way, right? And he was saying that was fucking bullshit because he wasn't like this before. His mentality, his attitude, he built it up. He had to fake it for a little bit, and it actually became who he was. So for y'all that think, I could never do this or I could never be that mentally strong, you can. I'm not gonna say that it's easy, but you can. And I know there's a lot of hard stuff in the world, and it feels like, sometimes you do feel like you're alone, but guaranteed, if you look for the people that could be there for you, or look for the people in your life that are there for you, if you reach out, it could be really good for you. I'm not gonna say, like, that I genuinely believe that's for everyone, right? But I understand that for some people, like, you would feel like there's no one there for you. There's, I live in the fucking, I don't live in a third world country, I'm not where violence is rampant and stuff like that, right? So I'd understand if you have trust issues from there. But, just from my experience, and I know that I've lived a really good life, there are people out there for you. And I want all of y'all to reach out. And just another thing, I'm going to say this. If you feel like no one cares about you, I care about you. But that isn't, see, this is something that I would like to explain. Just because I'm saying that I care about you doesn't mean that I'm responsible for you. Love and caring about people is, I would say, somewhat a limited resource for me. Mother Teresa and, like, other people, they got infinite amounts of that shit. But for me, it is a limited resource. And saying that I care about you is true. I don't, as in I care about you, as in, like, I want the best for you. I do want the best for a lot of people. And the people that I don't even fucking like, I want the best for them. Just because I see no point in wanting downfall upon others. There's definitely certain cases, especially when people are fucking terrible, like a lot of shit going on in the world right now. Maybe I do wish down upon some people that have done things to others that I fucking hate. But generally, I do want the best for everyone. And, when I'm telling you that I care about you, for a viewer, I'm just a random creator and shit like that, right? But I'm saying that I care about you. I mean that, I'm not saying that I'm going to be part of your life or anything, right? That's not what I'm saying. I can't reach out to everyone. It's just impossible. But to a degree, yes. You viewer, you motherfucker that's listening to me right now, I do care about y'all. I hope the best for all of you. And I hope even hearing that from someone you don't know makes you feel better about yourself. And if tuning in to this thing, I'm really saying this, like, I've gotten the messages that are like, listening to your podcast, like, help me through something. But if it does, just let me know. Actually, you don't have to let me know. It's not necessary. But yeah, I'm glad that it gave you something that is nice and pure. I don't know why I wanted to get into this topic so early on. This is the second podcast. It's a very deep topic, I assume, but it's something that a lot of surprisingly young people face, and it's just with the times, like, we're more in a rush to get to things and everything like that, and we're more comparing ourselves to life and stuff like that. Social media is pretty scary if you think about it. I could go on that tangent. Yeah, I'll go on that tangent. Social media is scary in the fact that you can see everyone's perfect ideal life, or even, not their so ideal life, so openly. People, you choose what people see, but that is scary to me because you don't. It's like seeing a facade for the most part. Seeing someone's perfect life and then knowing them on a personal level, it's crazy seeing the difference. Um, because no one really knows what's going on with the person, even if you meet them in person. There's always that facade. Facades are scary to me. Because everyone has them. Um, everyone has them. I try to be as real as possible to myself, but yeah, there's parts of my personality that change depending on what I'm doing. For this podcast, I just try to be myself when I'm talking. That's a type of personality that I have, and I think it goes well. I hope y'all are enjoying this. I think probably not many people have listened to this yet, but I'm a reference y'all as y'all just because I want to be inclusive, and I like using the word y'all. I feel like it's better than like you guys. Like I just kind of grew out of using that term. Sometimes I still use it, but it's whatever. But yeah, social media is scary. That goes into, being like, I need to find my identity. I need to find myself. I need to figure out my future because a lot of people on social media it looks like they figured it out, and it's scary missing out on something as big as that. Um, I'm- I hope y'all got through the feedback. Like, I think that was maybe a solid 3 minutes of feedback. I'm so sorry about that. I'll probably put a disclaimer at the bottom. Yeah, but if you made it through the feedback and listening through this or skip to the feedback, you are a real one because that showed that I was just not professional. And y'all, kicked it through a little bit, alright? Yeah, but it is a lot of fear. It's a lot of fear and anxiety in life. I know a lot of people go through it. So, also with that, understand not many people have figured shit out, bro. It looks like a lot of people have, but you're gonna have to understand that not that many people have. Fuck, I'm getting hella feedback. Is it good now? Okay, yeah, it's good now. I'm sorry, y'all. I'll try to cut those pieces out. Like, that's really fucking annoying. Um, yeah, here, I'll just do a. No, okay, yeah, we're back now. But it is scary. I want y'all to know that. Um, I'm actually kind of hungry, so I'm gonna take a little break, and then I'll be back. I'll put a little transition in, and I'll be like, "Yo, what up? What the fuck up? I'm back." I'm actually doing this instead of bio notes right now. That's kind of what triggered my fear of the future shit, because I was like, "Ah, fucking bio notes, and it's fucking due Monday," and then I was like, "What am I doing with my life? What am I gonna do with this degree? Even if I get this degree, I'm not gonna get a job." There's a lot of scary stuff. Then slow down my breathing. Remember to live in the day. Take things on one thing at a time, and have trust in the future and everything like that. That helped me out. So I just wanted to talk about this just to let y'all know what I think about, and then I will be back. After this transition, I'll probably talk about something more traditionally scary or one of the scenarios I thought in my head. So I will be back. Blue. All right, I'm biggity back. Yeah, after having that existential life crisis, I am back, and I feel a lot better. I went to go eat dinner. Um, my college does have pretty damn good food. Now I've gone front with y'all. Shit is bomb, bro. I, I had a motherfucking what's that shit called? I had a motherfucking what the fuck is that shit called? I had a motherfucking peanut butter and jelly wrap. It was just a PB&J sandwich, but in a motherfucking tortilla. Shit was pretty good. Came in front with y'all, but anyways, so after talking about that, existential, fucking fear and shit, I wanted to talk about a more traditional one. And it's this is gonna feel like a giant jump. Sorry, I'm also typing in the background. I don't know if y'all can pick up on that. A more traditional fear is just. I want to talk about zombies. I don't know about y'all, but when I think about a zombie apocalypse, I don't think it's fun at all. I know some motherfuckers are like, yeah, oh man, I love the zombie apocalypse. Like, man, I just be killing the zombie apocalypse. I live life so well in the zombie apocalypse, blah, 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 zombie apocalypse. Personally, I think it would be fucking terrifying. Um, just for the matter of fact, it doesn't even have to be a zombie apocalypse. It's more so like 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 a survivor thing. Like if motherfuckers just went crazy, and there's like a bunch of bandits around. That's scary as fuck to me. Just cause the zombies aren't that scary. Just cause I feel like you could outsmart them. Okay, so let me correct myself here. Zombies are scary for sure, but there's also the idea that they would decompose in like fucking 2 weeks. so that's not that bad. If it was zombie apocalypse like that, it probably wouldn't be as scary. It'd probably fuck up a lot of people's lives, but then you just have to be inside the house for a week or two, and then all the zombies would be fucking decomposed, and it wouldn't be that bad. But in the traditional sense where that doesn't happen, it'd be pretty scary just because like having to be forced inside for your own safety it's scary to me. And then the idea of like people breaking in to take your stuff and resources being limited, that's scary to me because once resources limited, motherfuckers go crazy. Motherfuckers went crazy over losing fucking toilet paper and shit, right? But that wasn't even limited. But people apparently need toilet paper all the fucking time. That's scary, right? When money isn't a factor anymore and you just kind of have to get the resources however you can, that is scary to me because people are fucking crazy. It's a terrifying thing. Um, yeah, I wouldn't want to like. I don't know why a lot of guys really fantasize about that apocalypse happening and it being a good thing. I don't know. Maybe it's because you just play COD. COD is fun. Black Ops Zombies, let's go, y'all. That shit is fucking fun. I'm gonna be real with y'all though. I'm not like a. I haven't played all the fucking like Black Ops shit and shit like that. I've never been into shooting games personally, and I had a PS2 until like 2016, so I never got into shooting games because PS3. We never had a PS3, and I'm just not good at them. So I'm not like that in the traditional sense. I sure have played Black Ops before, but it was for fun and shit like that. But is someone knocking on my door? Yeah. Honestly, I don't know if that was for me. What? Bro, honestly, I don't know if that's for me or not. So I'm gonna go check right now. I'm really scared. Alright, y'all. I was genuinely confused on what was happening there. I was not sure if my door was being knocked on or not. Um, I think it was. And now I just look really fucking weird, like I'm antisocial and shit. But I'm not. I'm kind of confused. I'm gonna ask about that tomorrow. Sorry about that. So, anyways, back to fuck you, fucking life. Um, so back to what I was saying about zombies, bro. Fuck, no, that shit fucking scared me. I really don't know if they're talking to me or not, and I was just a little confused there. Anyways, yeah, that was about it about that, right? It just be fucking scary. Sorry about that, y'all. I burped, and I like to taste it a little after I burp. See, this podcast did have a direction, but it's kind of fucking up now. But that's fine. Yeah, okay. Sorry, that really caught me off guard. I really don't know if they're knocking on my door or not. I was mad confused. Um, damn, I kind of like I'm insecure about this now, like, cause like I got up to open the door, but like they were done knocking by then, and then I was like, "Yo, what the fuck's going on?" But no one responded to me, so I'm like really confused about what's happening. Um, yeah, this is dorm life in 2020. I'm just really confused. Not trying to be antisocial, but I think I just accidentally became antisocial. Um, yeah, okay, back to it though. I was gonna talk about another thing. So, you know, this what I think is an interesting topic to bring up because it's not topical, but like it's interesting. So, for y'all, maybe y'all can answer this. I have a Twitter. You can follow me on Twitter. I think it's like at ThoughtyThough. So just Thoughty how you spell it in this username, and then though like THOUGH. I think that's my Twitter. But you can respond there. So I'm gonna bring up the scenario, and then you can respond, and then I'll bring up my points, and then you can respond again. Get that fucking human interaction. That gets the motherfucking sponsorships, bro. Anyways, sorry about that, y'all. So would you rather be killed by like a gang, like in gang violence, or by a serial killer? Like, which one is more scary to you? And um, I just think this is interesting because, like, if you think about it, yes, gang violence is scary, but just at least in my eyes, obviously, I don't know a lot about gang violence and everything like that. So this is from my perception of what it's like and like some of the media that showed me, right? Um, most of the time, this is just my generalization. I'm probably wrong, or depending on your area, it could be a lot different. But most of the time, like gang violence, like yes, innocents are hurt and shit like that. But most of the time, I just see gangs as more of like a brotherly thing. Like it's a pack together. Obviously, they do a bunch of fucked up shit, right? But it is because it's such a tight knit community, and y'all take care of your own. Obviously, I'm not in a gang. I don't know anyone in gangs or anything like that. Just gotta rephrase that again. But there's always been like, to me, there's always like, it's always seemed like there's some nobility to it. Obviously, again, I'm gonna say this again. There's fucking gangs that fucking like rob old ladies and shit like that, right? And they have to fucking hurt innocent people. That's not what I think about immediately when I hear the word gang. Um, yeah. So that's my perspective, right, on what I'm saying. Beside when like getting killed by gang violence, right? Or would you rather get killed by a serial killer? And personally, I would never want to be near a serial killer. You know, maybe I've walked by some. You know, isn't that a scary thought? But I think the serial killer one is just a lot more scary because it's a single person, first of all, and like they're doing it. They're doing it for a reason. You know, like you hear a bunch of serial killer stories. I don't know if y'all have ever heard of the Golden State Killer, but what's that podcast name? I only learned about it because I heard from another podcast. So this podcast is just plugging a lot of other podcasts. I think it's like My Favorite Murder or something along the lines. It's two girls talking about murders and stuff. But yeah, actually I don't know if they talked about him or not. But my sister mentioned their name, and then it led to that. But yeah, the Golden State Killer was a murderer and also a rapist, and like he like serial killer just scares me more because they have like weird like fucking quirks and shit. Like they'll chop off your hand first so that they can bring it home and then kill you and stuff like that. That's just scary to me. And like just how their brain works, I can't understand it as well. Like even with people that are in gangs and stuff like that, I feel like, to a degree, they're normal. Like they have people they love and care about, and yeah, they do fucked up shit, but they probably have their own weird sense of morals, right? But serial killers, like they just they just don't fit into like the normal scheme of things, and that's what really scares me. If you've ever watched American Psycho, maybe that's a pretty popular movie, the one with the guy that plays Batman. He's like a rich fucking guy living his fucking life, and then motherfucker just likes to murder people on the side. And like the scene is talking about how like you camouflage in with society and shit. You don't fucking murder people, bro. What the fuck is wrong with you? That's just scary to me. It's really scary. Like I'm saying, like no one ever knows everybody's full life. That's another scary thing. But I don't trip about that all the time, right? Because I'm really not in control of that, right? I could be more aware about people and their fucking intentions for sure. Always keep eye on that. I think my voice cracked. Sorry about that, y'all. But yeah, it's scary. Serial killers are scary, especially when some of them are like psychopaths or sociopaths. I forget the difference, but like when it's like that, shit is fucking scary. Like what the fuck? Like what the fuck is that shit? Um, and honestly, I don't think I could go on about that. I think it's just really scary. Honestly, I do have a bunch of these like comparing scenarios. I think one of them is like indigenous tribe, like that kills people. I only thought about that because I watched Green Inferno. That movie's fucking disgusting. Just super brutal. Fucking. I had to like look away at one point. Sorry, y'all. Oh my god, I almost. My eyes teared up a little, and I actually wanted to throw up because it's a disgusting movie. It's pretty fucking nasty. Um, but yeah, one of them was indigenous tribes, and I forgot. I think one of them is like werewolf versus vampire. Personally, I think I would probably want to get killed by a vampire just because, like, I don't know, they're about to give me a hickey before I die. Oh, yeah, but oh, sorry. So this way gets off the rails, and I'm at the end of the podcast here. But I will be back. It's not gonna be daily podcast, but you know, every time around the week. Like I said, I was just doing this to get away from doing notes for a little, but I do enjoy doing this a lot. So I hope y'all enjoyed this podcast, and you know, it went in a couple directions today. Existential life, and then it ended off with vampires. But damn, that's late night with ThoughtyThoughts. It's 7:46. It's not even late night, but damn, I'll see y'all later.